Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Chris Peplinsky movie blog. I figured in the ongoing, closer to the Best Picture, Oscar nominee, I figured today's particular movie that I thought would be an interesting discussion to talk about was Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. At first I was like, how can a movie about three billboards, you know, in Ebbing, Missouri would be interesting considering the rather odd title for the movie. But surprisingly, Three Billboards is actually a much better movie than I anticipated. The reason that I say that because Frances McDormand, who previously won an Oscar for that garbage fest Fargo, which I've seen twice, which I thought was terrible, but I guess everybody's opinion is their own. But surprisingly, I thought she was actually really good here as Mildred Hayes, the mother who rents three abandoned billboards outside in her hometown of Ebbing, Missouri, to try to solve the murder of her daughter Angela, who was raped and killed 7 months prior to the events of the movie. And she kind of accuses the sheriff, Sheriff William Bill, William Willoughby, played by Woody Harrelson, who was also nominated for best supporting actor in the movie, as incompetent and I guess lazy. And I guess she does it as a way of trying to get the town's attention to, and the police department to do their job, which she feels the cops haven't been doing. And of course, there's also Sam Rockwell's character Jason Dixon, who characters like a racist, but and he's also nominated for best supporting actor in the role as well. And surprisingly, both actors are surprisingly pretty good. And I would say what I liked about the Three Billboards movie is it manages to, find a balance between the comedy and the humor, even though it goes more for the comedy than the drama. Since, me personally, I would say I would have preferred if the movie went a little darker, since especially, showing like how does the loss of a child affect the not just the parents, but like also maybe the people that may have known Angela, or of course her brother Robbie, played by Lucas Hedges, whose other movie, Lady Bird, is also nominated for best picture. And of course, Cerise Ronan getting nominated for best actress in that movie as well. So I would say, out of all the movies nominated for best picture, I would say maybe this is probably the closest, I would say, to being considered worthy, in my personal opinion, of the best picture, nominee, especially, and when it comes to the discussion of, murder and I guess rape, and I guess trying to find, sense of normalcy, and how do you go on like after a particular tragedy occurs. And I would say what I like about the Mildred Hayes character, that even though she is one tough badass bitch, but she doesn't, she doesn't crack under pressure. I mean, even though she'll have her moments where she breaks down, but she pretty much manages to keep her cool, and of course, provide some pretty cool comedic, moments in the film, to show that she's one mama not to be messed with, especially if they mess with her son. So I would definitely say it's, definitely, worth seeing. And I thought I was gonna hate it after all the previous disappointments of Phantom Thread, but surprisingly, this one I liked a lot better than I anticipated. So I would definitely say, yeah, check it out. And just if there are people that are curious to see what the hype is around all these best picture Oscar nominees. So like I said, it'll provide some comedy, some drama, but I would say maybe one of the only things I didn't like about it was I felt the ending felt, I wouldn't say abrupt, but I felt like it didn't provide closure. But I know in real life that those kind of scenarios don't always happen. So I guess it played according by that standard. But I would definitely say it is a rather much better movie than I anticipated. So I just wanted to say to everyone, just thanks again for watching, and look forward to sharing more reviews in the future. Thank you.